What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as you all know, I have been going through and playing the old Forza. Specifically, I did end up starting on Forza Horizon 4. As you know, I did end up playing 5, so I'm like, maybe I should, just go backwards. But one thing I was asking myself, and I'm sure people also are wondering, how does Forza Horizon 4 hold up in 2025? And you know what? I figured this is a great topic, especially coming from someone who is a first-time player in this entire series, as someone who just now started playing Forza Horizon 4 in 2025. So I will admit right off the bat, though, that I have been playing a good amount of this game. I think I'm sitting at maybe around 40-ish hours right now in Forza Horizon 4, so I have been kind of going through it. Playing the main story type of missions, which I've gotten through a good amount of those, and also doing like the main road racing, dirt racing, cross country. I'm starting to do some drift stuff as well, so I'm, going through the entire single player. And to be honest, guys, a first-time player, I will admit this, especially my first time playing this game in 2025, which that will probably sound kind of insane to people. This game came out 7 years ago, and yeah, I'm just now playing it now. But I gotta admit, though, so far, I'm impressed, dude. I really do think this series, and for me, though, I can even maybe say this entire franchise. And funny part is, I have not even played 3, 2, or 1 yet, like, at all. I pretty much just did the intros in them. So I'm really looking forward to playing through those games and trying to see how, like, the entire franchise is, man. But playing through Forza Horizon 4, dude, this game really does offer, like, a different type of atmosphere and vibe to it that honestly, it does feel different than Forza Horizon 5. Now, I'm not saying in a bad way, but the way the map is designed, I did apparently see that people don't like Forza Horizon 4's map, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I guess they were saying, like, the entire map is not that diverse and different things about it. Which, you know what, if that is your opinion, that is totally fine. We all are entitled to those. And honestly, you may like a map, you may not. You might like certain vehicles, and even to this day, you might like a certain game and not the other one from a few different perspectives and stuff like that. So it all really does make sense. But one thing I really do like about the Forza Horizon 4 map, which is the seasons, I'm actually planning on talking about this in a future video about Forza Horizon 6 and some things I want to talk about with that. But I gotta admit, guys, this game having seasons like this really did make it even better for me. And the reason for that is I feel like with every single season, the game just felt different, man. You know what I mean? Like when I was going through spring and playing through, seeing the rain coming down and seeing like the green forest and the beautiful scenery everywhere, then I'd end up going, okay, well, this is cool. What do we have next? We then end up having autumn, and autumn even looked really amazing, dude. Like when I was playing through this, looking at autumn, I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. Funny part is, I did end up discovering in Florida that we do have orange on the trees here. Can you believe that? Not every tree, but at least I was able to see some trees that did end up having the orange side too, which I gotta admit, it isn't something like you'd see in the autumn season of Forza Horizon or even something in like Colorado, but at least it is there. Now, with that, I was playing through the autumn part in this game, and honestly, dude, like, it really does look amazing. I think the seasons in Forza Horizon 4 really are something I think every game could probably benefit from. And I really do feel like a lot of people probably did love it, guys. Like, I really did enjoy the autumn. I love the winter part. Funny part is, I do also understand why players might actually want to be able to change some of the seasons, which is something I will talk about in the other video. As you know, having the winter the entire time, or, having snow and being forced and stuff like that, might not be the best way to do it. Maybe players don't want it and stuff. But I gotta admit, for being a first-time player and seeing this in a game, as I do not know of another open world racing game that ever did it on this scale to where you see the entire map change with the seasons, bro. Like a lot of the bodies of water you would see, you could drive on them with a car in the winter and stuff. Like little things like that definitely does make a difference. Some parts of the map would be covered in snow that aren't, and then once the spring comes and stuff, you then see the beautiful colors of like the flowers and different things and everything blossoming and stuff like that, dude. And I really do love the attention to detail there, as I feel like a lot of games might not capture it, or okay, let's have a season change, or let's change this, and they might change like a tiny piece of it, or maybe like some of the coloring. But I really do feel like Forza Horizon 4, man, really just took that to a completely different level. Besides the seasonal stuff, the main thing about Forza Horizon, which is probably not all that shocking, is coming down to the vehicles. Who would have thought, right? So my initial thoughts on the handling of Forza Horizon 4, I can definitely see a lot of similarities with this game compared to Forza Horizon 5, which is probably obvious as this game is built, you know, into that one, or 5 is built from this game, so I understand that. But the handling in this game was honestly pretty good, man. Really no complaints here and stuff like that. I mean, I am getting used to things still, so I'm still using like traction control and stuff like that, but you can turn all that stuff off if you want, ABS and all that, obviously, if you want to. But I'm kind of just enjoying playing through this game, having that stuff on, and just learning how the vehicles work and doing different races and stuff like that. I admit, guys, probably not surprising, again, the off-roading is fantastic in this game. And it's a little bit different, but one thing I also enjoy is going fast in this game still feels great. I think the sense of speed in Forza Horizon 4 is fairly good, I would say. Like, is it the best you'd ever seen in a racing game? Probably not. But I also feel like it still looks pretty dang good. In cockpit view, if you're doing like over 150, it does look like you're flying. Even in like the third person view, when you are driving your vehicle, like 180 plus 200 does actually look like you are moving. I do like the way fast cars handle and stuff like that, even though the snow, which is probably going to play a role in a lot of my crashing in different areas. But hey, kind of part of the entire game, am I right? You kind of have to deal with the crashing with the snow and all that, which I understand. That's probably why people might not be the biggest fan of it. But man, is it pretty to look at when you are racing and flying off a cliff? Am I right? Like, oh, look at the pretty trees. And then, I mean, kind of how it goes. I also do enjoy the drifting in this game as well, guys. Even with TC on now, I'm obviously in the snow, so that's probably helping. But I did also notice the drifting in Forza Horizon 5 was very fun, guys. I absolutely loved it. So I went into this game thinking it would be very similar, and honestly, I was not disappointed at all being a new player. Like, I'm like, all right, I could see this. I started drifting a little bit, realizing what I had to do, and I honestly kind of felt like I was right at home with it, which was pretty dang amazing. One thing I also do like, now this is probably a bit subjective, I do think the cockpit view is awesome. Off-roading, guys, is very fun as well. I really do enjoy the different events and stuff like that. One thing I did not even realize, though, is with the seasonal changes, the races change as well on top of it. Like, if you are doing something like a road race in the winter, or the summer, or spring, it does seem like it was a little bit different every time I went to them. So that was pretty cool. I kind of like how they changed a bit. Or you can use a different car when you are doing them. And I think those are like the small changes that I honestly didn't really expect. When I was using something like the GTR kind of flying down the road, now this thing was S1. Also, can I say something? Is it my imagination, or do a lot of the games just destroy the GTR, bro? Or am I just tripping? Like, this car just does not feel good in a lot of racing games. Am I tripping? Let me know which game has the best version of the GTR, like where the GTR is amazing, guys. Now I'm referring to like Forza Horizon 5, the car is pretty decent. Need for Speed Unbound, the car was, oh dude, the car was terrible in Unbound. My goodness, they decimated my car in there, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of the GTR like that, but I still really do like them. I think it's a dope car. So when I did see how it was in this game, I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, this thing could use some work. We'll have some funky vehicles in there, like the tractor and stuff like that, which you guys probably did end up seeing my video on that thing. Very, very fun vehicle. You have the Doom buggies and stuff like that. So there's a big diverse of vehicles. And one thing I laughed at is with this being Forza Horizon 4, I knew there'd probably be different tires. So you have like, sticky tires. You have the off-road rally. There's snow tires and stuff like that. You have engine swaps, all-wheel drive, different transmission upgrades, different, Forza upgrades and stuff like that. So all of that stuff really is there. I would probably say players probably want more customization, which is something I was looking at this game going, okay, well, I can kind of see this, how this was in this game, and then compared to 5, I could kind of see these similarities there on how close 5 was built off of 4. Not saying that's a bad thing. As we all do know, when sequels come out of games, they kind of just, build off of that said game and then put in the next one and add some upgrades. Kind of how it works. I mean, look at Need for Speed, for example. But for me, being a new player in Forza Horizon 4, I still think this game does a lot of things great. Even to this day, guys, I understand this game is older, so obviously not everyone can play it, or maybe they just don't have a copy, or maybe they don't have an Xbox to have a copy to play it, because it has been delisted and stuff. I think it was like a year ago that happened. But either way, though, if you were looking to play this game and you're kind of new like me, maybe you just started playing Forza Horizon 5, man, I can definitely say this game is worth a play, dude. I love the map. I love the gameplay. One thing I have been enjoying is just going through the actual races and stuff, like, again, the road, the dirt ones, and all those. On top of that, doing the stories. I really do enjoy how everything is told in the stories, which I might touch on that in a separate video. I even thought about doing a full-on review once I actually beat everything in the game, like the stories and the main missions and all that stuff, which I'm still deciding on. But so far, going through this game, man, being around 40 hours in, definitely taking my time on it. I've been having a really good time, man. Like, it's been really fun. I do love the cars. I don't have a ton of cars yet, obviously, because I started from nothing. I did get the reward vehicles on, like, the message thing, but I still don't have a ton of them. So I'm still trying to, like, find vehicles and, obviously buy different cars and not completely spend all of my money in, like, 5 seconds, if you know what I mean. But one thing I can definitely say is I am so dang glad I actually did end up finding a Forza Horizon 4 copy, guys. And after playing through this one, I am genuinely excited to play through 3, 2, and 1 because I have been finding 4 very fun so far. Like, people might be like, well, there's flaws here and there. And honestly, dude, every single game has their some type of flaw somewhere, so you still have to find where they are enjoyable. Obviously, some games are kind of covered in them or different things you really wish were changed but aren't, or most likely would never be changed. So obviously that is a issue there. I do understand in Forza Horizon 4, like I think the festival playlist thing doesn't actually work now like you have in 5, which is probably obvious with this game being older. Getting certain rare vehicles in the auction house might be a challenge. But who knows? Maybe I'll try my entire luck area in there. There are some cars I would definitely like to get. Overall, guys, for me being a brand new player in Forza Horizon 4, dude, honestly, I'm really loving it. I think this game is great. I really find it to be really fun. I do love the map. I love the design. The seasons is awesome. I love the cars and stuff like that you get in this game. I love how the progression is kind of set up. I do understand it's like 5, so it's not like crazy or, something groundbreaking or stuff like that. Like, you complete the races. There's no single player campaign like you would get in the first Forza, which I haven't played yet, or even something like Need for Speed. But I would still say it is a enjoyable experience for the most part, especially being seen from a new player. And I think anybody, if you have played 5 or maybe you haven't played these, you would definitely enjoy 4. If you enjoyed 5 and you haven't played the old ones, you'd probably be like me, man. You'd most likely get 5, play 4, and then go, okay, I gotta play through the rest of this entire series.